I was midway through drafting a report when my phone lit up. Her name. Her timing was always surgical. She knew when I was busiest. I answered anyway. "Your father and I won't be paying your tuition anymore," she said, voice polished, emotionless. "It's time you grow up." The line clicked dead before I could respond. For a moment, the room felt smaller, my chest tightened. Not because of the money, I'd been independent longer than she ever knew, but because she never spoke for my father. She spoke over him, owned him, controlled him. Still, for a few seconds, I believed her. Believed she had finally convinced him I wasn't worth supporting. Believed he had chosen her over me. I almost swallowed it whole. I met her 12 years ago. She came into our lives wearing a smile too practiced, too bright. An actress who'd found her richest role, loving wife to a grieving man and mother figure to his only child. That first year, she hugged me often, told me she admired my discipline, called me my brilliant one. I was young, hungry for stability. I let myself trust her. Now I see the truth. She was studying me, measuring what I valued, what I feared, what she could take. The betrayal didn't come like a storm. It crept. First, Dad started asking if I'd used more from my tuition fund than usual. Then I noticed his reminders to keep receipts, something he'd never said before. And then came the shift. He began avoiding conversations about money altogether, almost like he was ashamed. I didn't confront him. Shame feeds on exposure. Instead, I dug quietly. One night, after Dad fell asleep on the couch, I passed her office. The door was cracked. Her laptop glowed in the dark like a confession. I saw the transfers. Small amounts at first, $20,000, $30,000, moving from Dad's account to hers. Then larger ones, all tagged with fabricated expenses under my name. She wasn't just stealing from him, she was framing me for the missing money. My throat tightened, but my mind stayed ice cold. Shock dissolved into something steadier, sharper, a plan. Revenge doesn't start with rage, it starts with clarity. I saved every file, every transfer, every forged note. I backed up her emails, her messages to her sister bragging about how the girl doesn't suspect a thing, and her voice notes laughing about finally cutting her off. I could have confronted her quietly, but quiet consequences teach nothing. She liked pretending in public, so her undoing would be public. Dad's company held a holiday party every year, his pride, his tradition. Guests, partners, extended family, everyone she loved impressing. Perfect stage, perfect audience. The night of the party, I arrived early, calm, focused. She was in emerald silk, greeting people like royalty. She barely glanced at me. Good. Halfway through the evening, when Dad stepped forward to give his short annual speech, I moved beside him. He looked surprised but relieved to see me. "I need a moment," I said softly. "Trust me." I took the microphone. The room quieted, glasses lowered, whispers died mid-air. "My stepmother informed me this week," I said evenly, "that my father would no longer pay my tuition because I needed to grow up." A few polite, confused laughs. She smiled tightly, as if trying to diffuse an awkward joke. I continued. "But before accepting that, I did some digging, and found something." I tapped my phone. The projector behind us lit up. Transfers, emails, screenshots. Her handwriting mimicking mine. Her voice note saying, "He'll blame the girl before he blames me." Gasps rippled through the hall. Her smile broke. For the first time, I saw fear crawl across her face like a shadow trying to hide. "Everything she stole," I said quietly, "she blamed on me. My father never stopped supporting me. He just didn't know she was taking the money." Dad turned to her, face draining, horror widening his eyes. She reached for him. He stepped back. "Explain," he said. "Just one word, but the kind of word that ends marriages." Her world cracked right there, not because I exposed her, but because she realized she couldn't talk her way out this time. Later, after the guests left and she packed her things into frantic, shaking handfuls, Dad sat beside me. "I'm sorry," he whispered. "I wasn't angry anymore, just finished." "I know," I said. When I walked out of that house, the air outside felt cleaner, sharper, lighter. Revenge didn't heal the past, but it did one thing better. It reminded me that silence is never weakness, and betrayal is never the end, not when you choose to be the one who writes the final scene.